So I actually was just gonna record this only for Patreon, but then I was like, why not? Because Cardi B has so much fans everywhere. And honestly, guys, people think that Nicki Minaj gets a lot of hate, and she does. But Nicki is actually way more loved than Cardi, and Cardi is the one that gets the most hate. She does get more hate than Nicki. And you know why? I can tell you because I am the one who looks at the behind the scenes analytics of YouTube, and I can tell what you guys click on versus what you don't click on. You guys don't actually really care about Nicki Minaj content, but when I do a video on Cardi B, I mean, they love it. Y'all love it so much. And I'm really talking about the people on YouTube. And it's for everywhere, honestly. Shout out to my people on YouTube. Shout out to my people on Patreon. Y'all already know Patreon is seeing this first. So make sure to come and join us over there because I literally just recorded a 30-minute video on Nicki Minaj's new management, the North Star Group, all the information that's currently circulating around it. You may think you got the tea from Twitter, but nah, sis, it was hard to find that information. And my insiders know I pulled all the links. I dedicated a whole day to doing research on this man. All right. But, I'll leave it for the people like who actually care about the business behind all of these celebrities like Nicki Minaj. So I'll keep that on my Inside Thoughts tier on Patreon. So definitely click the link and come and join us on there, or feel free to upgrade your membership. But I'm going to keep that there because a lot of people don't really care about the nuts and bolts of all of this stuff. Okay. So yeah, like Cardi B has given birth to her fourth baby with Stefan Diggs. So I want to start off with saying congratulations to her. And I'm always thinking about, should I talk about Cardi B in her personal life, because I personally don't really care. And there were rumors, a couple of weeks ago, especially after the hype from her album died down, that her and Stefan had broken up, that they were no longer together. And honestly, I was kind of believing it because I don't know, I just wasn't feeling the energy between them. I wasn't feeling any energy. We weren't really seeing them around and stuff like that, which is also understandable because she literally was getting ready to give birth and she did that at this point. So happy for them, and I'm happy that she had a safe delivery. So recently she came on Spaces because it was announced that she gave birth, and then she popped out at an event, and you can see she looks pretty good for someone who just had a baby, right? So it's like, people are trying to pinpoint when she actually gave birth, but that doesn't really matter because that's her personal business. So when I first saw, pictures and videos of Cardi being outside after giving birth, like many, I was kind of like, oh my God, wow, like she literally just gave birth. Like I was, surprised in a good way. But then upon thinking about it a little bit more, I do kind of wish that Cardi would have stayed inside a little bit more just to like heal and get herself together and not be so pressed to come back outside and show that she can do it, because Cardi is still under a lot of pressure right now to prove to her fans, to her label, that she can sell this tour out, and she wants to have her fans have the utmost faith that she can do it. So that's why she's popping out so soon after giving birth. I think that's really the main takeaway that I learned from this. But while I respect Cardi B, she is a superhero. She has seems to have a great support system of family to help her out so that she can get back to business and stuff like that. I am concerned, as a woman, and I wish she would have stayed in for maybe like 2 weeks before popping out so that she could be, like, I think like I heard someone else talking about this and saying that like it's a cultural thing. Like maybe if you guys have this in your culture, in African culture, I heard that like when women give birth, they don't leave the house for like 30 days, the first 30 days. Is that true? Let me know. I've never really heard of that before. I'm gonna ask my family, but is there that tradition in your culture or family? Do let me know. So she got paid for this event to be here and stuff like that. So that's good for her. She was only obligated to be there for 30 minutes. Who knows how long she stayed. So here are some of my notes from the recent space that she did in talking about just returning to talk to her fans after giving birth. And her motive here was to really thank the fans for keeping the album alive. Some may disagree and say that the album is flopping and sliding down the charts. I don't really care, neither here or there. I will say that I'm not listening to it as much, but I don't really listen to music like that anyway. When I do press on music, it's probably Tyler with Chanel. But my favorite song on Cardi's album is still Nice Guy with Tyler. I'm just a big Tyler fan right now. And Tyler absolutely ate on her collaboration with Cardi B. And it's super slept on song, one of the most slept on songs on the album, but it's one of the best songs on the album. That's the one that I go to from Am I the Drama? But y'all let me know, Barty Gang, all right? And make sure y'all stay with me to the end of this video. And I'm probably going to do a part two on my inside thoughts tier as well. So I did like that Cardi B returned to spaces to comfort her fans and saying that her future plans, she talked about filming a music video soon and even having ideas for choreography for tour to send to Sean Bankhead so that she could be on top of getting her body back to normal so that she will be able to perform on stage, which is great. So obviously I think that confirms that Sean Bankhead is choreographing her tour, but also, like when I think back to Nicki's tour, the choreographer was the main choreographer was also the creative director. So I wonder if that's going to be the same setup with Cardi or not. Cardi has said that she has been really hormonal and emotional. And this is the thing about Cardi that I kind of get with and then I don't get with. I be with her, like, this is the thing. Going live and having an audience is very addicting. I tell that to people like so much because when I first started making content and going live, there were times where I would go live like up to 3, 4 times a day because, and sometimes I would tell my day ones that, oh, like, I don't really have nothing to say right now, y'all. Like, I just want to know what y'all doing and like that. So what I will say is that going live and or just having a following, it can be addicting. And I think that this is one of the things that celebrities deal with as well, because of course they have a bigger following than like a creator like myself, you know? And so I was okay with Cardi doing the first space because it really was just like a return, thanking her fans and saying like what's next. But she actually went on spaces the day right after, and she was a little bit more assertive. I wouldn't say aggressive because she wasn't given the classic Cardi B crash out with raising her voice. But one of her main reasons of talking these days is to basically protect her kids. And she's asking people, especially people who run Twitter blogs, to stop talking about her children, stop reporting on her children, stop reporting on her son. Because even before she gave birth, because she is now with Stefan or Stefan is with her, his legal issues and paternity issues are more louder because of his affiliation to Cardi B. And obviously she sees that and obviously it's annoying. She presents that she is okay with it. And honestly, I really wanted to direct attention to Stefan if I was going to talk about this because it seems like Stefan is playing the father role with Cardi, that she has support from him, that like he's there with her, which he has not been for most of the kids he's had up until this point, which is good. And I do hope and I believe that Cardi is the type of woman that would encourage a man to step up and be the father that they need to be for their other kids that are not with her. And I really hope that he takes heed to that because I'm sure that this experience is probably a good one for him, hopefully. And so I hope that he feels a little guilty for missing out on these moments with his own kids that were before Cardi. And if he does, if it is true that he does have kids or women who were pregnant around the same time as Cardi, I hope he gives her or gives them, those children, the similar amount of attention because that's what really matters at the end of the day. I hope that Stefan Diggs is coming around to be a better man. Recently, Stefan Diggs also filed a lawsuit against Chris Blake Griffith, who was accusing him of attacking him in retaliation for rejecting his advances sexually, which is something that I'm not going to cover on my channel because once again, I don't even get into Cardi's personal business and I don't even care about Stefan's personal business. But of course, that's something I'll follow to see like what the outcome of the case is. But I probably won't talk about it because I don't want to be one of those people who is hyper focused on Stefan because he's with Cardi. Because clearly I don't care about neither of them. Because if I did, I could be talking about Cardi every day, like a lot of these other channels who claim to be Nicki positive, but they always focus on what Cardi is doing and not doing, even though she's been a little quiet recently with giving birth to her baby. So anyway, besides that point, I hope Stefan is stepping up not just for Cardi and their son, but for all of his other alleged children. Point blank, period. So to come, Cardi said that she is going to not only be posting more videos to album content like songs on the album, but she said she's going to be posting day in the life videos. So I'm actually looking forward to that because it's always interesting to understand what an A-list celebrity goes through on a day-to-day basis. This is the type of content I actually would love to see from Nicki, and I've been screaming for that from the top of my lungs for like 10 years at this point. So I like day in the life videos, like what I eat in a day when it comes to like fitness influencers and stuff like that. So I'm here for it with Cardi because I've been seeing a lot of content, video content recently of her kids who are super cute. And I love how Blossom and Wave interacts. And that's one thing that Cardi says that she is looking forward to like how her kids all interact with each other and seeing how Blossom and Wave interact. Like Blossom is definitely the boss of that household. So yeah, she says her kids don't really fight with each other and that she's looking forward to when the new baby like grows up a little bit to be able to play with the other siblings. She's looking forward to the dynamic between them. So for now, I'm gonna leave that here for you guys, and that's all I really wanted to say on Cardi for now. I'm also actually, I'm lying because I'm literally going to sit right here and record a whole nother video because Cardi gave some hints as to what the baby's name is. And so I'll talk about that as well as what else she said on those spaces, what's coming up for her, and how she's feeling right now, and what she is working on. So feel free to come join me on my Inside Thoughts tier on Patreon, where that conversation will be. Take care of yourselves and have a great day. Peace.
It's your girl Vina Love, the Harlem Princess, your favorite princess, and this is Destiny Below.
Period.